All right, guys, moving into the tip of the week, we've got a great tip of the week for you. And what we're going to be talking about today is utilizing the daily activity trackers. Here's what I can tell you. Using the daily activity trackers is going to be one of the most important things that you absolutely can do for your business, because this is your snapshot. This is your, keeping the books for your company. This lets you know how many clients that you're talking to. It keeps you accountable to yourself. And what I'm going to do is I'm just take a minute here just to kind of show you exactly how you fill this out and what it looks like when it's filled out. I'll show you one of my weeks. Let me just get a pen right here. The way this is designed is you can start this at any time, as an example. So if the month is let's say May, as an example, you just write in, May 2018. The week starts on Saturday. Saturdays typically is when we're making phone calls. Saturday and Sunday to set up Monday. So Friday, as an example, is for your activity tracker. Friday is the last day of the week for the activity tracker. So Saturday, let's say Saturday starts on the 5th. So I would just put the 5th in there. Saturday morning. Saturday morning is a great time to get on the phone early, 8 o'clock in the morning, dial for 3 or 4 hours to book appointments for Monday. So what I want to do is right here where it says dials, just every time I make a dial, so I make a check mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, haystack. 1, 2, 3, 4, haystack until I get all my dials in there. Okay, so maybe I make 50 or 60 dials. Say I make 50 dials on Saturday morning. Then what I would do over here in the corner, I would just add them all up. I'd put a 50 right there. Maybe draw a circle around it. Scripts, how many people did I talk to? 50 dials, there's a good chance you probably talked to, I would say 7 or 8 people. So in this instance, let's say I made 7 scripts. I put my every time you do a script, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But let's say I got my 7 scripts in there. I'm going to put that. Appointments. Let's say I booked 3 appointments. And I'm going to put a 3 in there. Door knock scripts. Okay, we didn't do any of that today. So we actually didn't run any appointments. Saturday afternoon, I'm going to get back on the phone again. Start making dials again. Going to be making my little haystacks here until I get my dials in. Sunday, late afternoon, I'm going to add them all up. Let's say I did 60 dials as an example. And I count every dial. So, one of the techniques that I use when I'm making phone calls, I will call someone multiple times. I'll call the phone, I'll hang up, I'll call back. I'll let it ring 2 or 3 times, hang up, call 2 or 3 times. Every time I do that, that's a dial. Okay, so a dial is just how many times the phone is like you make a connection where it's ringing. Okay, a script is when you actually get someone on the phone that you can do a script to. So, if I'm calling a client and my client's not there, but a relative, let's say a grandson, answers the phone and says their grandmother's not home, that's not a script. Okay, it's a contact, but it's not a script. So Sunday afternoon, I'm going to get back on the phone. I'm going to put in all my dials, get my scripts in. Let's say on Sunday, let's say I make 5 scripts. I book 4 appointments. And again, I'm going to put my tick marks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get it? This day, no activity. So now, going into Monday or Tuesday, I already have 7 appointments. Okay? So ideally, what I want to do is I want to try to book all those appointments for Monday. And I'm going to fast forward here. I'm going to show you what a real one of my activity trackers from earlier this month. But again, man, keeping track of your doing the activity tracker. This is about being accountable to yourself, not accountable to me, not accountable to anybody else, but accountable to you, accountable to your family. Because here's the thing I've noticed is that agents will sometimes they'll, during our coaching sessions, they'll call me and like, man, I had a bad week. I'm like, well, let's go over your numbers. Okay, well, how many dials did you make? Well, I mean, a lot. Well, how many is a lot? 1,000? 500? I don't know, man. Just I made a lot. Well, did you track it? No, man, I didn't track it. You got to track it. How many door knocks did you do? I'm not really sure, man. See, people always focus on the negative stuff. If they have 2 or 3 appointments that no show them, they'll focus on that stuff, but they won't necessarily focus on the activity. So this is why it's going to be important to focus on that, because it's going to be a coaching tool, which I'll get into a little bit more here in just a second. But here you go. Here is a activity tracker from May the 5th. As you can see right here, this is where we're going to start our week. These are all the tick marks I was talking about. So Monday or Saturday morning, got on the phone, knocked out 52 dials, talked to 5 people, booked 3 appointments. Sunday, made 66 dials, had 10 scripts, booked 6 appointments. So going into Monday, you already got 9 appointments. So Monday, you can see here we made zero door knocks. Didn't make any more dials. We're running those appointments. We actually had 5 sits, booked, wrote 3 applications. That's what all this stands for. Had $1,754 in premium, got 7 referrals, and found a possible annuity of $37,000. So the safe money, this column right here, is anytime you find an opportunity for an annuity, or it could be a single premium whole life, is that you simply just write that down there. So it doesn't mean I wrote the annuity. It just means I found the opportunity of writing an annuity. Tuesday, no more dials again, but I did have an opportunity to go out and do some door knocks. So managed to do 11 door knocks, plus there were some presets too. From those door knocks, we had 3 scripts at the door. We booked 1 appointment, able to do 2 additional sits, wrote 1 applications for $864, got 3 referrals, and found no safe money. Wednesday is a great opportunity to get back on the phone. Okay, going to get on the phone early Wednesday morning, and my ideal Wednesday would be getting on the phone early, get my phone work in, and then actually go out in the afternoon and knock out as many door knocks as I can. Because if you start at 8 o'clock in the morning, on average, you should be able to make anywhere from depending on your connects, anywhere from 25 to 40 dials an hour. So in order to do 60 dials, you're only talking about, really, in this example, you're only talking about maybe 2 hours on the phone. So if you get on the phone early at 8, by 10 o'clock, you could literally already have 4 or 5 appointments set up, maybe some same days for later that day or the next day. So in this particular week, made 60 dials early Wednesday morning, was able to book or have 7 scripts, book 4 appointments, got in the car, went out, had everything mapped out with Road Warrior, did 21 door knocks. From those door knocks, had 4 scripts at the door, actually had two appointments, had 2 sits, wrote 3 applications for $2,103, got 5 additional referrals, found no safe money. Thursday, we're utilizing the activity from Wednesday, the dials and the door knocks. So Thursday, we had no dials and we had no door knocks. We're just running presets. So was able to get in and make 3 sits, had 1 app for $501, got 2 referrals, no safe money. Friday, again, going to go out and do the door knocks. This is after the calls in the morning. Remember, Friday mornings are education. You're spending Friday mornings depending on what time zone, but we'll just go Eastern time zone. So you are at 10 o'clock Friday morning Eastern time zone for the national webinar with your insurance group. And then at 11:30, you have the senior solutions call. But still was able to go out and do 20 door knocks, 4 scripts, 2 appointments, 1 sit, wrote an additional app Friday afternoon for $721, got 2 referrals, found a possible annuity for $53,000. So take a look at the end of the week. Take a look at the snapshot. We had 178 dials. We contacted 22 people, 13 appointments. We did 52 door knocks. We had 11 scripts at the door, 5 appointments. We had a total of 13 sits for 9 apps, $5,943. Not a bad week. Like to do that every week. That's 19 referrals and a potential of $90,000 in annuity money. Now, then I do my ratios. Application to sit ratio. So I had 13 sits. I had 9 applications. Percentage-wise, 9 into 13, that's 69% application to sit ratio. Number of total appointments booked, I had a total of 18 appointments. And you could also look at how many sits you had. Of the 18, we had 13 sits, so you had 5 no-shows. Okay. Number of leads received, I had 25 A leads. This week received 0 B leads and 0 phone leads. So guys, this is how you do your activity tracker. What I really need to stress upon you is really the importance of tracking these numbers. What I do is I put them in a binder. I print these off, 26 of them front and back, so it covers the whole year. I go to Kinko's or someplace like that, and I put it in like a spiral notebook, actually turn it into a notebook, and I carry it with me wherever I go. So when I'm on the phone Saturday mornings or Wednesdays and I'm making my dials, I got my little activity tracker, and I'm putting my little tick marks in there. When I'm out in the field, door knocking, I take it with me. Every time I do a door knock, I got my book open. I'm doing tick marks. So I can go back years and years from now. I can go back 5, 6 years, and I can look at my old activity trackers. What's great about that is that you can always look back and you can always figure out what's going on in your business. If you ever have a bad week, there's always some reason why. And here's what I know is that you're always going to have a bad week once in a while. Okay, but it's really difficult to have a bad month if you are keeping track of your activity and you are putting in massive activity towards your business. The other thing from a coaching standpoint, the reason why this is so important is from a coaching standpoint. So when we're coaching you and we're looking at your activity tracker, we can find areas that maybe you need help in. Here's an example. Let's say Saturday morning, let me get my mouse up here. Saturday morning, let's say you had the 52 dials, and let's say hypothetically you had 7 scripts but only 1 appointment. Okay, now, that would tell me that maybe we need to work on your phone script. Or, Sunday, again, let's say you talked to 10 people, you only booked 2 appointments. That's a really low ratio. You should be, your appointment to scripts should be somewhere close to 70%. You should book the majority of the people that you're speaking to. Sometimes you just can't. Sometimes they blow you off. Sometimes it's bad timing. You got to call back. But we can work on those things. We can help you overcome those objections like, hey, can you call me back? With the door knocking, as an example, if you're not booking appointments with the majority of the door knock scripts that you're getting, then we need to work on your door knock script. There's something that's going on. But it's hard to help you if we don't have these numbers. If we don't have a snapshot and be able to look back and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. These are my activity numbers. What can I improve upon? So guys, I hope this tip of the week has been helpful. Thanks for plugging in. If you have any questions, please give me a call. Would love to do a private coaching session with you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.